I am live and on the go with the very beautiful, legendary JODY WHATLEY here on iHeartRadio. Hello, how are you?
I'm great. I'm so happy and excited to be here.
Okay, so legendary JODY WHATLEY, you are the person who put dance in dance. From I'm looking for new love, real love. I mean, you just hit after hit, and then you went away from us, and we missed you, and you went over to the UK.
Well,
but then you came back.
You know, I've been here. My music has changed through the years. My second album, which featured the first rap hip hop pop song, Friends with Eric B. and Rakim. Real Love and all of that. My third album went a little more neo-soul before it was cool to do that.
Yes.
Fourth album, Intimacy, I was going through a divorce, so it reflected, music got a little, always had dance songs. But so the music has been there. And in between, I did take time off to raise two wonderful children, both college graduates now.
All right.
And so that is something that I'm proud of. But, you know, I've been pretty prolific with music. And not everybody has kept up all the time, but I'm always here and fabulous and working.
You are fabulous.
Yeah.
Now, you did something also that was maybe unpopular or maybe one of the first to do. You did kind of like a social activist, more so album, which actually landed you into the White House with President Bush.
Right.
Tell us about that, because it seemed to be near and dear to your heart to do.
That was Affairs of the Heart, my third album, and there was a song on there, It All Begins With You, which I had dedicated to my father who passed away many years ago. And President Bush at the time and his wife Barbara saw me performing on Good Morning America and invited me to sing at the White House. And what I wanted to do is not just sing, so I wanted to talk about the government, you know, needing to support public education and more quality schools and whatnot. And, you know, unfortunately, a lot of those things are still issues that we face today. Yeah. And I've never been heavy-handed with the activism, but it has always been a part of who I am. When a Man Loves a Woman.
Yes.
You know, I wrote that.
Yes.
It came out when it was all misogyny and bees and the H word. And, you know, my little girl, you know, she asked me, but it made me think, I want to write a song. And so it was, you know, I brought up, you know, when a man loves a woman, he knows the reality of AIDS. No one was talking about AIDS and HIV. And so, you know, it's important. I mainly like to have a good time, but, you know, you do have to also reflect what you think as well.
So you are here. We cannot wait to hear you perform in the D. What is next for JODY WHATLEY? Do you have new projects coming up?
Well, my current single is a big smooth jazz hit, and who knew that would happen? Waiting in Vain has done so well. It's a favorite Bob Marley song of mine. I've always loved jazz and bossa nova, and so I put my spin on it. And I have a new group, SRL. They're here with me tonight. We just had a big hit in the UK. Okay. We're releasing our debut album, Bridges, toward the end of the summer. We just filmed our video for the next single called The Passion, and it's beautiful. And I think I want to do a jazz EP, and then I'll do another dance record, and I'll just keep going until the wheels fall off.
What type of advice would you give some of the younger artists that are coming into the business now? Because you have longevity, and it takes, I think, skill, but also a certain amount of wisdom to be able to do so.
Absolutely. Just never lose yourself, because especially for girls coming up and young girls, and you know, you may not be liked sometimes, but always stand up for yourself. You know, my dad always instilled that in me, and be smart, don't make foolish choices. We all make mistakes, but try to make decisions that you can live with for the rest of your life, as well as the material that you write and record. You know, throughout my career, have been different things, you know, at different times. My style was, I made it cool to be unique and different. And, you know, you don't need a bunch of bells and whistles, and it's all right to be a little offbeat, and it's me. And so that's something, always just be authentic, whether you're a singer or not. Like, as they say, keep it real.
Right.
And be smart.
Lastly, you were huge and iconic when it came to fashion. So much so that Sex Fifth Avenue kind of came at you. You did a lot of different pieces. Have you ever thought about doing your own line? And what do you think about fashion in this day and age?
I did before it was really, I was having meetings in the late 80s because I was doing Vogue and Harper's Bazaar and the first celebrity ad campaign for Gap,
Yes, you were.
where they weren't featuring black girls, artists at all. I was the first. I had a million-selling fitness video. So I look at artists. My favorite is Rihanna because she's been able to take her style and, cosmetics and fashion, and so it's not something that I really want to do. I have an online boutique and I do limited edition items, and but it's not really my passion anymore.
Okay.
But I feel like such the quiet, fabulous big sister to because it made it again. Record companies understood that branding, as in if you have a stylish artist, that's a benefit, that's a plus.
Yes.
The first time I did Harper's, I flew myself because they said, well, what does fashion have to do with selling records? But that was early branding because it's like, well, I know what it means. And so, again, it's just being authentic and so, but having a life is not something that I'm really passionate about anymore.
Well, we thank you so much for being on the go with us here on iHeartRadio, and please continue to keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you.
And thank you so much for being a trailblazer for so many other wonderful artists.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I've been on the go with legendary JODY WHATLEY.
Thank you.